Wouldn't you like to be a guest on Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham? Well, the link is in the show notes.
Welcome. It's the 130th edition of Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham. So excited to share with you all. Today's show is sponsored by Truist, as well as Apex Financial Group of Virginia, Milestone Mental Health Agency, and the COO team. We're going to be talking with some phenomenal entrepreneurs. Now, let's turn to our first guest. She is the phenomenal Cynthia Terry. She is the owner of Martin's Cafeteria. She provides job opportunities to a number of people who sometimes have no other means of employment. How exciting is that? Cooking is her passion. She is living her best life, doing what comes second nature to her. So Cynthia, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Hi, Blair. How are you doing? Thanks for having me today. Hello to everyone.
Yes, it's so good to see you and hear you. Welcome to the show. I know this has been a long time coming. So let's jump right into it. Okay, you are restaurant owner, 3 locations, doing amazing things in the Hampton Roads area. How did you get into this business?
Well, it's been a passion of mine since I was a little girl. Cooking just came easy for me. I had to do it. So I enjoyed it, and I just learned through the years how to make it my own.
Wow. You know, that's not always the case, right? Some of us that are made to do things don't enjoy them, and we end up on the opposite path. But you decided, let me just embrace this.
Yes, the reward was great. So it's worth it.
So as a child, were you more so focused on the baking side of things, or just the full scale doing the whole meal for your family? What ended up being the draw for you?
So unfortunately for me, I had to be on the whole scale of the meal, whether it was the meal course, the main course, or the desserts. I'm the baby of 4 brothers and 3 sisters. I know that's crazy. It's a flip road. So, but it was and a whole lot of nieces and nephews.
Okay.
I was in the same age range. However, it was my responsibility to make sure everybody got the food taken care of. That was the one job that was given to me. That's the family role.
Wow. So fast forward to Martin's Cafeteria. How old were you when you started this business? Can I ask that?
Well, I was 8 years prior to now, so that puts me at, I haven't counted that.
Okay. Wow,
yeah,
8 years though.
Yeah, it's been 8 years now when I met Mr. Timothy Martin, and we joined forces, and together we made it happen. That's a great thing. He was already in business, of course, but I joined in, and I had a great amount of tenacity about me. I'm very motivated. I'm just extremely ready to get started in this new adventure, and it's been quite a journey.
Yeah. So if you've tuned in before, I like to talk business on this show. I like to get into everything that's necessary to get a business off the ground, because a lot of the time, individuals will think about entrepreneurship and they'll see themselves sitting on a yacht somewhere, and they may not understand all of what it takes to get to a point where you can trust your business with another person, right? They may not understand how to fund their business or how to surround themselves with the right people. I would love it if you could just kind of share with us candidly, what it took to establish multiple locations. How have you been able to pull that off? Did you bootstrap? Did you have access to capital? You have a rich grandparent? How did you do it?
Well, that's a great question, Blair. However, it wasn't easy. It flowed within the process of making things come alive, believing in yourself, believing in the journey, just being in the right places, talking to the right people. You have to go out as an entrepreneur and find things to accomplish your business. What is most important, your business, how to, expand yourself expedite yourself into a place where it all comes together. Sometimes you are uncomfortable hearing the information that you receive However, all information is not for you, but you receive what's for you and you apply it. And just you go out on a limb and you take a chance and you do it. And most of the time it comes back positive because you do apply yourself. It's almost like riding a bike, you know, you fall down a couple of times, but the times that you're on the bike, it works and you know it works and it's achievable. So just don't give up. Continue to carry yourself and believe in what you're doing and put yourself in the right position and be positive and have certain goals, you know, as customer service, being the leader of all business, just be strong in that area and make sure that you're doing and applying and teaching as well. So it was possible and it happened and I'm just so happy about it. I never imagined having as many business. We've been up, we've been down, but we continue to go and it makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah. I'm also a little bit of a statistics junkie, right? I like research. I like looking at the numbers. And one of the things that's fascinating to me, Cynthia, is the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the country is Black women, right? Black women are figuring out how to start businesses. But at the same time, because they lack access to some of the resources, the capital, they don't tend to do as well as, say, their white male counterparts, right? And one example of that is, and I say this all the time on the show, only about 8% of Black-owned businesses actually are able to participate in job creation. So you are like in the minority of the minority as a Black woman that is actually employing other people.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if you recognize that is to be able to give somebody a job. So to be able to give somebody a job, number one, but then to be able to give somebody a job when perhaps no one else was going to give them that job. You know, I just laud you. I commend you for the work that you're doing, because it goes beyond just doing the passion of cooking at this point. You know, you are a community leader.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, it's not easy.
I'm just stating the obvious.
Thank you so much. Well, yes, it's not easy because it's really hard, because you're dealing with people who deserve a second chance. We all do. And they try so hard, and most of them are really great workers, but it's a big challenge. It's a challenge every day, and it's just making them feel like, you know, that they belong and they're important. And I always tell them, guys, this thing is so big, it's bigger than all of us, and we're all going to be a part of it. You know, words of encouragement. And I have to tell myself that, because now in today's world, unfortunately for the employers, it's very hard to get workers. And a lot of the workers are very young. That's unusual, but it's happening. And with this young group of people, you're scared, because we all know they think a little different than what we were taught. The values that were instilled in us, you know, when the street light went out, we were in the house. Guns was not familiar to us at all.
True.
So these kids know everything about a gun, who made it, where it first came from. You know, it's scary stuff. However, they're worth it, and I don't mind. I'm glad that God chose me to be one of the people who can inspire a younger individual on more, you know. It's great. You know, it just keeps you young too, so.
Yeah. Now, was that part of the plan when you started out? You know what? I'm going to create opportunities for young people, or is that something that just...
Absolutely not. We have the crisis that we just went through, the pandemic, to hold for that accountability. They gave that to me, the pandemic. Wow. So, yes. But like I said, you know, I still have a group of employees who are older, you know, and they have felt short along the way, and they need a second chance as well. And we work with them, you know, because we're all worthy of it at the end of the day. And they do a good job, you know. You got to teach them. You got to spend that extra time, and sometimes you got to, you know, stroke them a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah. If you've just joined us, this is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, interviewing Cynthia Terry. She is one of the founders and owners of Martin's Cafeteria, one of the preeminent soul food establishments in the Hampton Roads region. We're talking about job creation and providing opportunities. This is awesome. So, Cynthia, what's the big picture vision for Martin's? What's on the horizon for the next 5 years, right? We don't care if our competitors are listening because they can't do it like we do it anyway.
Like that. Well said, Blair. Oh, great encouragement there. So, I never thought about the competitors. I don't have them in mind. We're all on the same platform. We're all trying our best out here. And it's hard. It's not easy because we're always being judged. As you mentioned earlier, the Black woman, she gets the boot. With employees, with the consumers, all around the table. We're aside and caught in the middle. However, we have to fight our way out. And most of us do a great job. And I'm proud of all of us. But, the future for Martin's Cafeteria, Martin's Soul Food is everything good. We're trying to build and establish possibly a food environment where we can do schooling and teach, similar to the programs that we have out there. We want to put that in place. We just want to be a staple in the community where we like helping homeless people. We don't have a problem with that. We partnership with a lot of the pastors, some of the small churches that do feed into the groups of people who can't afford the actual prices, but we work together as a team because it's a good cause, Martin's Soul Food Cafeteria, we just want to be the best that we can be at everything that we do and just give back. Having a culinary school is going to be a great hit. I'm looking forward to it. I like every day coming to work a new recipe, a new idea, something new to give the people. Some of us are allowed to shop in high-end stores. We want to bring a little bit of all that to the cafeteria and maybe some different changes to the soul food places as well as we continue on.
I love it. All right, so give us information for those that may not have tried Martin's, maybe some folks on the peninsula that are going to make their way to the south side and vice versa, right? Where can they find Martin's? Where are you looking?
So we're located in 3 locations. We have Newport News, which is on Warwick Boulevard in the Denby area. It's like 2 blocks away from Fort Eustis. And then we have Martin's Soul Food that's located in Jen Shopping Center. It's on the back side, right next door to the Edible Arrangements, across from Uno's, the back side of BJ's. And then we have the new addition, Martin's Cafeteria, which is located on Military Highway. We're directly behind the Military Circle Mall at the end part where it used to be the old Piccadilly's building. So we have great locations. It's safe, it's fun.
Awesome. Look, I'm a foodie. Any specials this week? Any specials today? I know people are listening. They may or may not have eaten lunch yet. Like, what are you serving up? What's your best-selling entree and sides?
And sides at the cafeteria, we offer a different variety than soul foods. So our best-selling is we kept one of the entrees that, not entrees, but sides that Piccadilly's were famous for, which is the carrot souffle. So yeah, we do that one. But all 3 of the restaurants offer lunch specials Monday through Fridays from 11 to 2, which are 3 meals, white and fish, 2 sides of your choice, chicken wings, 2 sides of your choice, or sausage, rice, and onions at one side on my end at the cafeteria. But the soul foods offer country fried steaks, sides of your choice.
Okay.
And on Wednesdays at the cafeteria, we do Wednesday Friends Day. And what that is, on Wednesday, you bring a friend and you buy one entree, and you get the second one half off, up until 4 people.
Nice. Wednesday Friends Day. I love that. Are you listening? Wednesday Friends Day. Grab your spouse, grab your workmate, whoever it is, buy one, get one half off, 3 locations. Give us your website where we can get those details as well.
Okay, so it's Soul Food BB at like VirginiaBeach.com. And
SoulFoodVB.com, okay.
And then we have Martin's Cafeteria VA.com.
Martin's Cafeteria VA.com. Any social media you want to share as well?
Well, we are on Facebook and we are on Instagram. However, I'm not as swifty with that stuff, so it's a work in process.
Yeah, it is. It always is.
Yeah, and I have kids that can show me, but they're like inconsistent with it. But we do have it. It is available. Y'all pump it up, and I'll give it back to you.
All right, Martin's Soul Food, Martin's Cafeteria. You heard the lunch specials. Today is Wednesday. That means Wednesday Friends Day. Buy one, get one half off. Bring somebody with you. Patronize this establishment. The food is good. The food is good. My family loves it. Cynthia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to see you here. We certainly look forward to having you back, especially once you open that culinary facility and we can tell everybody to send their students there. That's so exciting. Love the vision.
Yes.
Welcome back. It's the 130th edition of Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham. It's time now for hashtag Money Talk, hashtag Money in the Middle. This segment is sponsored by Apex Financial Group of Virginia. Joining us is Mr. Michael Gray, always providing financial insights to better our situation. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Blair, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you here. Happy Wednesday.
Likewise. It's likewise. Always a pleasure to be here on Wednesday at 12:15 and be talking about money. So it's always a great pleasure.
Love it. What are you sharing today?
Okay, today we're going to go to school. We're going to go to the basics 101. I like to talk about strategies. Strategies. That's the key word. Strategies for building and preserving wealth. Strategies for building and preserving wealth. There's 4 key words here. The first one is strategy, the second is building, the third is preserving, and the fourth is wealth. So we're talking about strategies for building and preserving wealth. So let's begin. What is a strategy? In its simplest term, a strategy is a plan of action. A plan of action. If you don't plan, it's quite possible that you'll fail. Most people fail because of a plan of action. Number 2, building. What is building? Building is the process of constructing. When we build something, we're constructing something. So we're building wealth. And we have to have a plan of action to do it. The third key word here is preserving. When we preserve something, that means that we're maintaining. We're going to maintain it. We're going to keep it. Because there's no point of us going out building up wealth. Okay, or a big, massive estate, and we don't get an opportunity to preserve it or keep it. And the fourth word is wealth, and that's the key word, wealth. So what is wealth? Wealth is the abundance of valuable possessions. It could be money. It could be material prosperity. So let's talk about several strategies, hopefully maybe 6 or 7 strategies that we can start using today to help us to build, preserve our wealth. So the first strategy for building wealth is, the old saying is, it's not how much you make, but how much you keep, Blair. You know, you can make a whole lot of money. Am I right? So if you make a whole lot of money and at the end of the day, all of it's gone, you're not going to build wealth that way. So the first thing we want to talk about, number 1, the first strategy is we want to talk about how to get out of debt and how to pay off credit cards. That's something that people just don't really like to talk about, to be honest with you. I don't know what it is about debt. It just don't catch, the interest of a lot of listeners, but debt is an important part part of the equation, because what we want to do today is offer you a strategy. And what is a strategy? We just said it. It's a what? It's a plan. What? It's a plan of action. The first strategy is we'll show you how to pay off consumer debt. Consumer debt is where most people are getting basically beaten up, because consumer debt comes in the form of credit cards. Credit cards is high interest rates, okay? As a matter of fact, a lot of that interest eats up our cash flow. And so we don't have cash flow. That means that basically we don't have what we call disposable income left over. And here's a simple equation for that. Okay, so the simple equation is a math equation. Number one, so if you're spending more than you're making, that means debt. That's debt, okay? Well, that means that you have, some struggles. So what we want to do is we want to flip that over to we want to spend less, okay? We want to make more than we're spending. If we make more than we're spending, that means we create savings. With savings, we can build wealth. We can invest money. So here's the key. The key here is we can take that interest that you're currently paying on credit cards, which represents about 34 cents out of every hard-earned dollar that you make. 34 cents that's going towards creditors. Let's reverse that, and let's pay ourselves. Because right now, we're only paying ourselves 3 cents out of a dollar. So we can't build wealth if we're paying creditors 34 cents out of a dollar and paying ourselves 3 cents out of a dollar. So let's reverse that. We have a strategy today that can power down your consumer debts, your credit cards, interest, and all that kind of good stuff. We can power that down, save you 66% just on interest, and also show you how to get out of the credit cards in less than 3 years. So for that, that's the first strategy. If you'd like to have more information on that, please give us a call today at 757-640-0207. 757-640-0207 for the strategy on powering down debt, paying off credit cards, and taking the interest that you're paying the creditors and start paying yourself. Number two, this is a basic strategy here. This is that we got to learn how to start living within our means. That's basically plain and simple. We have to learn how to start living within our means. A lot of times we run into a lot of financial difficulties when we're trying to afford a lifestyle that we cannot afford. And that will bring on tremendous financial difficulties. So the thing we want to do is we want to stay within our means. And the way we stay within our means is by having a budget. I know this sounds basic, but it's the truth. You need a budget to show income coming in, okay, income going out. At the end of the month, you'll see exactly what the results are. Without a budget, you would not know exactly what you're doing because you won't have a plan of action. So that's strategy number two. We have to basically live within our means, and we do that by creating a budget. And we can help you with that by giving us a call today at 757-640-0207. The number here again is 757-640-0207. The third strategy is we got to learn how to start saving for retirement. Because at the end of the day, okay, at some point in time, nobody works forever. And if we don't start saving for retirement, we're going to find ourselves working a lot longer than we would like to work. So what we do wrong is we get caught up in this world system. The world system is constantly pushing us to buy something or consume something. And so we do very little saving. So we want to start saving for retirement. And so we have to get excited about saving for retirement. We have plans, we have programs that will show you how to put cash aside each month. This cash will grow each month, and this cash will grow and it will accumulate, and we'll use the rule of 72, apply that with that, and you'll start creating cash flow, growth, and you can have this money growing, and at the end of the day, when you retire, you have a nice stack of money that you can use to retire off of and create a lifestyle for yourself. So the third strategy is we have to learn how to start saving for retirement, and we have a lot of different strategies on how you can put money aside on a monthly basis to have a nice and very successful retirement. So give us a call today here at 757-640-0207. Again, 757-640-0207 for information on how to create a successful retirement. Okay, strategy number 4. Okay, when we create all this abundance, all this wealth, we have to protect it. Okay, so we have a tool called a living trust. A living trust is a tool that we use to protect our assets, which means that the living trust keeps us out of probate court. It gives us a way to distribute our assets to our intended beneficiaries without delays, without cost. A living trust basically will also keep you from having your estate contested. And the good thing about it is a living trust is manageable, it's inexpensive, it can be maintained easily. This is the way that you protect all these valuables by making sure that you put it in a trust, because a trust will keep out of probate, a will put you in probate. So give us a call today on asset protection here. The number here for that is 757-640-0207 for information on how to protect your assets, because there's no point in you working all your life and the courts and the system control your assets and tell you where your assets have been distributed. Strategy number 5, we're going to talk about something that concerns everybody. That's insurance, life insurance. We have a plan called the old versus the new. The old insurance basically runs out of coverage. Make it real simple. Old coverage, it don't run to age 100 in most cases. Most people are living a lot longer now. And so basically, you want your coverage to at least extend to 100 and beyond. The old plans, all they pay is a death benefit. They don't offer any living benefits. The new plans offer living benefits. Also, we have coverage that will extend way beyond age 100. And we can use discounted dollars. We can show you how to purchase discounted dollars in order to pay for those new plans of insurance. So if you're interested in that, please give us a call today here at 757-640-0207 for your free information on the old plan versus the new plan. And then the 6th strategy is Social Security. If you are currently now receiving Social Security, or you plan on starting Social Security benefits at age 62 or at age 66, we have programs here that can help increase your benefits by up to 50% on the different programs, whether you're married, whether you're divorced. If you're divorced and been married for 10 years, we'll show you how you can get an increase off your ex-spouse's work record. If you're a widow, we can show you how you get benefits. This program here is very extensive, and this is a must because most retirement funds comes from Social Security benefits. So if you're interested in ways to update, increase, or just strategies on how you can maximize your Social Security, give us a call today here at 757-640-0207 for a free analysis on Social Security updates. Last but not least, for business owners out there who need capital, working capital. If you need working capital, in the banks are turning you down. You can't get working capital. We have banks who have lenders that will help you get unsecured money, basically to put into your business, to help you to maintain or to take care of projects, marketing, payroll costs, whatever the situation may be. Give us a call today for business owners. We'll show you how to get business capital. Again, the number here is 757-640-0207. And also, too, for churches, we're offering free seminars, free webinars for churches. All of this information I'm talking about today, we put this in the form of a seminar for churches. And this can be provided to churches, pastors at no cost. And we've been more than happy to put this seminar on for you by giving us a call today at 757-640-0207. And last but not least, if you call us today, I'll kick in some bonuses. I'll show you the rule of 70-30. This is a must. This is a rule that most folks don't really know about. The rule of 70-30, the rule of 1%, and of course the rule of 72, and many more other benefits. By just giving us a call today for your free consultation, here at 757-640-0207. Again, for your free consultation, don't delay. Call today, and you will be happy. And we're here for you. And there you have it, Blair. And if there's any comments, any questions for you, basically that concludes the strategies that I just went over.
Phone ringing off the hook, as always, sir. Delightful information. We've got about a minute remaining. I heard you say something different this time regarding partnering with local churches to provide this information. Yes. I assume that it's also true that you would partner with other organizations that want to provide this information for their members and things like that as well. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Nonprofit organizations, any organization that want to put on a financial seminar. And again, with this seminar, this includes all the information I'm talking about today, plus much more. We'll be more than happy to put on a seminar for you at no cost. Give us a call today at 757-640-0207, and we will be more than happy to do that for you.
Wonderful. Appreciate it as always. This segment is sponsored by Apex Financial Group of Virginia, 757-640-0207, providing a full gamut of services to meet your financial needs, whether you are a business owner or not. I know that there's some things that you offer special to business owners. Hopefully we can kind of focus on that for an upcoming segment. Joining me now is Miss Arlene Green. Oh my goodness. She had no idea that she'd be joining us today, but she is an amazing business woman. How are you, Arlene?
I'm good, Blair. Thank you. How you doing?
I'm grateful, and I'm excited to be able to have this conversation because we're still in a pandemic. And the work that you do as a business owner is something that a lot of folks have tapped into, right? And that's the world of utilizing their administrative gifts and virtual assisting. So can you talk a little bit about just that industry and the work that you do every day?
Okay, well, I became a virtual assistant toward the end of 2019. I absolutely love it. I love the flexibility. I love the freedom. I love the variety of tasks. I am the show coordinator for Black Wall Street Today with Blair. So that puts me in contact with the guests, scheduling interviews, and anything in between. I do graphics for the podcast and the social media. I'm working with another client. It's called Freedom for Fitness, and he works with gyms all over the United States that cater to people in the military because they have very unique needs in terms of combat and moral issues, surrounded with combat.
Wow, really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. I'm one who likes variety too.
Yes.
So if I had to sit and do exactly one thing day in and day out, that would bore me to no end. So I can certainly appreciate, the variety that you are exposed to in your work. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's not the same thing every day. And I know myself, and at this stage in my life, I am honest with myself. I am not a 9-to-5 person. I'm not made up for corporate. So this virtual assistant ability is awesome.
And how cool is it that you're operating your own business, but you're serving other small businesses in the process? I think it's a neat.
I enjoy it. I got my degree in marketing, so I am able to put those, the theories and the things that I learned to use. So it's a win-win all the way around.
That's awesome. Now, Arlene, I know that really only engages one set of your gifts because you're also a talented musician as well.
I've been singing all of my life. My grandmother got me my first gig at about 4 years old, singing at a Tom Thumb wedding in her church.
Wow.
And I was bitten, from that point on.
But that has taken you kind of all over the world with playing shows and so forth, right?
Yes. I performed in Trinidad. I've performed in Suriname. I've performed in Ethiopia. Various places here in the United States. My music has played all over the world. Different radio programs.
Awesome. So how can our listeners connect to your music?
Well, you can log into www.soundcloud.com/Arlene-Naphtali. My music is on CD Baby. My stage name is Arlene Naphtali.
Naphtali, and that's Naphtali, right?
Naphtali. Oops. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just you can Google me and you'll see my links. There's reviews. There's my music's out there.
Okay. So what's coming up for you, Arlene? I mean, are you pretty happy with what you have going on right now? What do you see yourself kind of going in the next few years as far as work and travel, and what's on your radar?
Honestly, I would love to relocate to Africa, and and I want to visit Ghana and the Gambia and Kenya. I lived in Ethiopia for about 15 months, and that was a life-changing experience. I would not trade it for the world, any of it.
Wow.
And I just feel like in Africa, there's a freedom that we don't enjoy here. There's there's a different set of, issues that you have to tackle, but just the freedom and just being where we come from is the most empowering feeling that I had, while I was there.
So I've not traveled to Africa, to any part of Africa, but I've heard that said repeatedly that once you visit Africa, you get that sense of connectedness.
Yes.
That you didn't even really realize that you were missing.
Yes. Oh, I got goosebumps. Yeah, it's true. It's true. The first time I went to Ethiopia was in 2011, and the first thing that struck me was the odor of coffee. Imagine 1 million households brewing coffee at the same time. And
where was this?
In Ethiopia.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the odor just permeates the air, and seriously, it's and it just gets better from there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So what do you think, what do you attribute that to, the coffee piece? Is that where the coffee is grown? Are the coffee beans native to Ethiopia? Is that?
Yes. Yeah. So they say the coffee originated in Ethiopia, and the coffee ceremony is a very important part of their culture. So,
wow.
You can walk down the road and find 20 different stalls that are brewing coffee.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never had a cup of coffee either.
At all?
I'm missing out on things. Never had a single cup. Never had a single cup.
Wow.
But I am one who can appreciate the scent of coffee. I'm like, it does kind of signify morning,
Yes.
Really, really cool. Okay, and so if you were to move to Africa, is it your thought that you would go to Ethiopia or some other country?
Well, I want to visit the other countries to see where I will eventually land. But I could see myself living in Ethiopia again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not off the table. I want to go to the Gambia because it's right on the ocean, and being born and raised in LA, I'm an ocean baby. So
yeah. And you and I talked about that at
yes.
My college roommate actually visited South Africa, and I remember looking at her pictures, and she's like standing on the edge of a mountain and it's overlooking the beach, and I thought that there was only one place in the world where you could have that experience, and that was South Africa. But I was wrong, because there's lots of ocean-facing mountains on the planet, right?
Yes, yes.
Really, really cool. Okay. So when's your next trip? Do you have anything lined up? Are you waiting for the pandemic to end like everyone else?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the pandemic. I'm waiting to see, where the cards land, But I am doing my research. So, and I encourage anyone who wants to take a trip to Africa to research the country, the government, the food, the people, how things run, so that you don't walk in blind. And regardless of that, if you can make the trip at least once in your life, do that. Do that, because it is a life-changing event, especially when we know that is where we are from.
Yeah, that changes things for sure.
Yeah.
This show is brought to you by the consulting services of Positive Vibes Incorporated. We do credit fixes, we do debt restructuring, and we put money in the pockets of real estate investors. So give us a call. We can fix your credit. We can restructure your debt. And if you're a real estate investor, I would love to put thousands of dollars into your pockets. 757-932-0177. That's 757-932-0177.